It is an interesting thing when you think about the subject of community. The Lacewells asked me to talk about that topic. It's very appropriate standing in a group this large on a Wednesday afternoon. This is a picture of community. And what is community exactly? You know, we might attach that name to a building and it might be called a community center, and it just means where people that live in the area, they come by and they hang out. But community means more than that. Community means a group of people who are connected together. And that's what we have here. We have it in the neighborhood where the Lacewells live. We have it in our church community. And we have it in Naperville. The mayor's already said 144, what's the number? 147,000. You know, when I moved in, you didn't change the sign. You know, it stayed the same number, but 147,000. But the thing that makes us a community is that we know one another. And more than that, that we care for one another. One of my favorite passages about community in Scripture is written by the wise King Solomon, Ecclesiastes chapter 4. He writes, "Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their work. If one falls down, his friend can help him up. But pity the man who falls and has no one to help him up. Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm." That's actually helpful, useful information, isn't it? But how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. I think the story of the last year has been a story of 144,000 strands perhaps, but certainly hundreds of strands that have been woven together and will not be broken. The experience that the Lacewells have gone through, and you, their friends, their neighbors, their family, has been one that would be a breaking experience for most. But it wasn't a breaking experience. It was a strengthening experience, because one strand after another got added to that cord and it would not break. That, I think, is what Solomon is getting to. Community is saying, I'm not going to let you do this alone. I'm going to walk this journey with you. The beauty of placing a tree here in a public place in our Park District land is that it says that Max's contribution wasn't just to a few people, but to our whole community. We had the privilege of being a part of his life, just like we had the privilege of him being part of our life. Just as the mayor said, his presence is here because that strand, the Max Lacewell strand, will always be part of who we are, individually and more importantly as a group. It joined us together. I've met many of you because of your help and your love and your support of this family. And many of you have made relationships and friends through that. And isn't that a great reminder to us? In a world where, to be honest, we're often tempted to go it alone, to do it on our own, to do things in our own strength, to see the power of these strands coming together instead of staying apart. I think putting this tree here is a great reminder, not only of the impact of a life, but of the power of a community when they come together. I want to thank God that He put Max in our life and that He brought us together.
Thank you, Chris. This time I'm going to ask David Lacewell to come up. And David, where did you, when we had lunch, David, where did you grow up?
Well,
Everybody here understands this joke. And you'll notice I took my beanie off.
Yeah, but you grew up in warm weather, right?
No, I grew up in Oregon, but we lived in West Palm Beach prior.
Okay. Hence the nook of the North look.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's true Chicagoans here.
Thank you.
All right, David, it's all yours.
Thank you. Yeah. I said I would never move to Chicago. And I can honestly say I could not have been happier that we did. So I'd just like to say just a few words, and then I'm going to let us all get in because it's freezing and I'm dying. So first of all, thank you, Chris, very much. Thanks, Mayor Pradle. Thanks, Ray. Thank you to Roy Rodriguez for getting this going. Thank you, Roy. There, if you'd move out from behind yourself. So thank you. And thank you all. There is absolutely no way that we can fully express our gratitude for all that you have meant. So, to our neighbors of Burnham Point and Greater Naperville, thank you. Thank you very much for your unconditional and unqualified love and support. And I have said this many times to each of you, that we would not have been able to navigate these turbulent waters without that lifeline that you provided us. Within this heart-wrenching journey, ongoing journey, a community's capacity for love and charity was revealed. This revelation inspired hope in us and the greater community that spans the entire country. We all saw that. We believe that these things of hope, love, charity, and community are Max's legacy, and that we all are responsible for perpetuating these cherished gifts. This tree is not only a reminder of our beloved and beautiful little dude, but also a reminder of a beloved and beautiful community. And I'd like to read something from the writer and historian Lewis Mumford. And he writes, "Above all, we need, particularly children, the reassuring presence of a visible community, an intimate group that enfolds us with understanding and love, and that becomes an object of our spontaneous loyalty. As a criterion and as a point of reference for the rest of the human race. As this tree grows, so should our commitment to Max's legacy. Hope, love, charity, and community." Thank you.
Thank you, David. Can Leanne and Andy come up here just for a second? On behalf of the Naperville Park District, we want to present you with a little, a little photo of that little plaque for the little dude. I just made that up. This is unbelievable. I am, yes, I'm just cold. It's that tough exterior, but no. I'm a big sissy. Anyway, in memory of Max Channing Lacewell, the little dude, Burnham Point, and the community of Naperville, Naperville Park District Forever Green Tree Program. Keep this in your home and keep it in your heart. Okay, at this point, this concludes the outdoor portion of the program. And those of you that can, please move over to Welch. It's going to be in the gymnasium, as far as I'm concerned. But let's do one thing before we leave. And I know that many of you are going to be by this park for years to come. On the count of 3, let's all yell, "We love you, Max." And let everybody in this community hear it. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We love you, Max!
Thank you.
Everybody moving?
Yeah,